So in today's class, we are going to start with progress check of chapter number 4, absorption by root. So progress check on page number 38. Here we are having 4 questions. First, list the 3 primary function of the root. This you will get here in the book only. This is given on page number 37. Mention 4 purposes for which plant needs water. Again, this is present on 37. Where are the mineral nutrient mostly used in plants? So where they are used? They are used in the inside the cell. Last, list 3 main characters of the root that enable them to draw water from the soil. So these are given on page number 38. So surface area of root is enormous. Root here have thin cell wall, and root here contains cells have higher concentration than that of the surrounding water. We have progress check on page 43. So diffusion is a movement of molecules from a region of lower concentration to that of a higher one. This is false. So this is higher to lower. Osmosis include diffusion but not vice versa. So we can call osmosis diffusion because their movement of substances from higher to lower. But diffusion cannot be called as osmosis because in osmosis only water molecules are considered. Then third, osmosis is unidirectional. Yes, it can occur in one direction only. Exosmosis may cause bursting of the cell. False. With exosmosis, cell become shrunken. Semi-permeable membrane prevents the passage of solute molecule. This is true. In an experiment on osmosis, if external pressure is applied on a dilute solution, less water will pass into concentrated solution. So this is wrong. More water will pass. Okay. Next page we have, in what way is active transport opposite to diffusion? You have to give the definition. Both definitions, active transport and diffusion. Third, a cell kept in a certain solution burst after some time. So now comment upon the type of solution. It will be hypotonic because when cell become turgid due to hypotonic solution, ultimately it will burst. Which process, diffusion, osmosis or active transport need energy? Only active transport needs energy. Can we call diffusion passive transport? Passive transport means which doesn't require any energy. Yes, we can call it passive transport because it doesn't require any energy. Now progress check on page number 47. Name the following. So state of a cell when it cannot accommodate any more water. Turgidity. और water enter नहीं हो सकता. Condition is turgidity. Pressure of cell content on cell wall. Turgor pressure. Condition that is opposite to turgid. It is flaccid. State of plasmolysed cell after re-entry of water. After plasmolysis, when we keep the plasmolysed cell in water, deplasmolysis occur. That means entry of water occur. The pressure under which water passes from living cell of a root into xylem, root pressure. Alright. Now progress check on page number 49. Progress check on page number 49. So look at figure 4.15. Why was oil added over the water in the test tube? To prevent the evaporation of water from the surface. So this is the answer. Second, look at the experiment shown in figure 4.16. Here you have to answer, why was it necessary to take colored eosin solution in water in the beaker? So that when water is absorbed by the roots, it will enter into xylem tissue. So we have to show that water is conducted through xylem tissue, and after this experiment, when we examine the transverse section of stem or root, we can observe red colored tissue. It is xylem tissue. Third question, which part of the stem, xylem and phloem is located deeper internally? So xylem or phloem, which is located deeper? Xylem is located deeper, phloem is located on the outer side. Okay, that means position of xylem is inner and phloem is outer. Now last question, look at the figure 4.18. Why has the stem below the ring stopped growing and even slightly decayed? Because it is not getting food supply. Alright, when cells are getting food, they are going to perform different activities. But here the lower portion is not getting food, so it stopped growing. Now exercise on page number 51. Absorption of water by the plant cell by surface attraction. Imbibition. Plant cell placed in a certain solution got plasmolysed. So now name the type of solution. Hypertonic solution. State of cell in which cell wall is rigid and stretched by the increase in volume due to absorption of water. So this state is turgidity. Which one of the following is a characteristic not related to suitability of the root for absorbing water? That means which character is not related to water absorption by roots? So first, large surface area, it is related. Higher concentration of cell sap, again it is related. Cell wall are thin, it is also related. Last one, roots grow downward into the soil. So this has no relation with the absorption of water. So this is your answer. Movement of molecule of a substance from region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration without the involvement of separating membrane. It is called diffusion. Osmosis and diffusion are same, except in osmosis there is selectively permeable membrane in between. Question number 7, highest water potential. That means capacity to move out to higher concentrated solution. So you have given 4 substances here. So which substance is having higher water potential? Pure water. It has the capacity to move out of higher concentrated solution. Space between cell wall and plasma membrane in a plasmolysed cell is filled with which solution? In plasmolysed cell, we have water, right? So when we are placing a cell in a hypertonic solution, plasmolysis will occur. It will get shrink. So what is present inside that cell wall and cell membrane of the cell? Water will be there. Alright. So what is responsible for guttation? Root pressure. Most appropriate character of a semi-permeable membrane is it allows a solvent to pass through freely but prevent the passage of solute. Next we are having very short answer type question. First we have named the following. So the condition of a cell placed in a hypotonic solution, turgidity, process by which intact plant lose water in the form of droplet from leaf margin, guttation, process by which water enter root here, osmosis. The tissue concerned with upward conduction of water in plants, xylem tissue. Term for the inward movement of solvent molecule through the plasma membrane of a cell, endoosmosis. The process by which molecules distribute themselves evenly within the space they occupy. The process is diffusion. Pressure which is responsible for the movement of water molecule across cortical cell of the roots. It is root pressure. Next, give the equivalent term for the following. Pressure exerted by cell content on the cell wall, Turgor pressure. Condition in which cell contents are shrunken, flaccidity. Loss of water through a cut stem, this is called bleeding. Now you have completed the following statements. These are fill-ups. So hypotonic solution is one in which solution kept outside the cell has dash solute concentration, less solute concentration. Active transport is one in which the ion outside the root move in by utilizing energy. Bending movement of certain flower towards sun and sleep movement of certain plant at night. Example of Turgor movement. Now fill in the blanks. When placed in a more concentrated solution, cell content will shrink. Pressure by which water molecule tend to cross semi-permeable membrane is called osmotic pressure. Active transport is in a direction opposite to that of diffusion. Now match the column. Xylem, upward flow of water. Phloem, downward flow of sap. Cell membrane, it is semi-permeable. Root pressure, guttation is related to this. Cell wall, permeable. Now comes short answer type questions. Plasmolysis, deplasmolysis, give definition here. Turgor pressure, wall pressure, again give definition. Hypotonic solution, hypertonic, here also definition is required. All these definitions are already present inside your book. Turgidity, flaccidity, again definition. Now comes true, false. Here you have to correct the statement by altering the last word only. So here we have to change last word. Okay. So addition of salt to pickle prevent growth of bacteria because they turn. So this is false. They don't turn turgid. They become flaccid. All right. Cells have lost their water content are said to be deplasmolized. Again false. When they lost water content, it is known as plasmolized. Xylem is the water conducting tissue in plants. This is true. Protoplasm shrink when a cell is kept in hypotonic solution. False. It is hypertonic. Okay. The cell wall of the root cell is a differentially permeable membrane. Differentially means semi or selectively. So this statement is false. Cell wall is never semi-permeable. It is freely permeable membrane. In third question, again you have to mention true, false. So guttation is another name for bleeding in plants. False. Guttation is different, bleeding is different. So you can give definition of both. Seed soaked burst their seed coat. This is true. Why they burst their seed coat? Due to imbibition, water enter into the seed coat, which leads to rupturing of seed coat and it burst. If the phloem of a twig is removed, keeping the xylem intact, the leaves of a twig wilt. False. They are not going to wilt. They remain normal. Right? They remain turgid. Guttation in plant occurs maximum at midday. Again false. It occurs in early morning. Resin when submerged in water swell up due to endosmosis. This is true. So in descriptive type question you got, all the questions are very easy. In case you have any doubt you can ask, right? You can easily find your answer inside the chapter only. So let's see the structure based question. So leaf cell of a water plant was placed in a liquid other than pond water, and after some time it assumed a shape as shown below. Right. So now we have to mention or answer the given question. So give the term for the state of water it has acquired. You can see cell is turgid. What you can say? The cell is in the state of turgidity. Name the structure which act as selectively permeable membrane here. Which structure is acting here? Plasma membrane, okay? Comment on the nature of tonicity of liquid surrounding the cell. It is hypotonic. Only then water is entering into the cell, right? So name any one feature of this plant which is not present in animal cell. It is having cell wall. And in this space we have to draw the structure of cell if it is soon placed in ordinary water for some time. Okay. Question number 2, diagram given below represent an experimental setup to demonstrate a certain process. Study the same and answer the following. So look at this. This is thistle funnel experiment. Name the process, osmosis. Define the above process, give the definition. What would you observe in the experimental setup after an hour or so? The level of sugar solution in thistle funnel will rises up. What control experiment can be set up here? In place of parchment membrane, we can use rubber sheet. Okay, that will not allow the osmosis. So it will be controlled setup. Keeping in mind root here, so compare this setup with root here. Now answer. Root here, cell and its surrounding. Name the part that correspond to concentrated sugar solution, parchment membrane and water in the beaker. So now this is a root here. Okay, so inside it cell is there which is having higher concentration, and outside the soil water, so which is having lot of water inside it. So we can compare all these three things. Clear? So this is surrounding, This is cell, this is root here. Alright. Name any other material that can be used instead of parchment membrane. So what we can use? What can be used here? We can use cellophane paper. Here we can use cellophane paper. Now two advantages of this process to the plant. It absorbs water from the soil and cell to cell water movement also take place by this process. Next question, the diagram below represent a layer of epidermal cell showing a fully grown root hair. Study the diagram and answer the question that follows. So you have to label it, right? So name the parts A, B, C, D. What is A here? What is B? What is C? And what is D? So this diagram is already given. Here. So you can label that diagram with the help of 4.2 figure. Okay. Now root hair cell is in turgid state. Name and explain the process. Why cells are turgid? Due to which process? Name that process and explain the process. Right. So root hair cells are turgid because of osmosis. Give the definition. Mention one distinct feature difference between the part labeled A and B. A is cell wall, B is cell membrane. So give the difference between of both. Then draw a diagram of the above root hair as it would appear when concentrated solution of fertilizer is added near it. So now concentrated solution of fertilizer is hypertonic. That will lead to the shrinkage of root cell. Okay. In next question, study the diagram given below and answer the question. So this setup we have already discussed in experiment 1 on page number 48. So all answer will be there. So name the process, explain it, why water is placed over water, already discussed. Now what do we observe with regard to level of water when this setup is placed in bright sunlight? Water level decreases rapidly. In humid situation, water level decreases very slowly. You can say no change, almost no change. Windy day, again water level decreases rapidly. These 3 points will be discussed in detail in chapter 5 because this question is related to transpiration. Alright? Question next. Mention any 3 adaptations found in the roots of plant that enable them to carry out process mentioned above. So how root can help the plant so that this process can occur? You have to give the points which are already mentioned on page number 38. So 3 features of root, you will mention those. Now 3 cylinders of potato were carefully dried on a blotting paper and weighed. Each piece weighed 3 grams. Each one was placed in a beaker as shown below. You can see in one beaker air is there, in beaker B distilled water, and in C 20% sucrose solution. So answer the following question. After 48 hours, which potato cylinder would be heaviest? Heaviest means water enter into it. So now observe the diagram and try to give answer. Here no change will be there. Here it is going to lose water, but in this setup water will enter into the cells of potato. So here B setup will become the heaviest. Name and define the process. And osmosis. Define this process. Okay. Write the specific name of the processes which occur in beaker B and C. In beaker end osmosis, in C X osmosis. You can give definition also. Would there be any difference in the weight of potato cylinder in beaker A after 48 hours? There would be no change in the weight of potato, right? The reason is there is no addition or removal of water. No end osmosis, no X osmosis. Next question. Again, here root hair is mentioned. These are the soil particle. And here these are cortical cell and this is xylem tissue. So you have to label 1 to 5. Take the help of inside topic. You will label this. So is the root here unicellular or multicellular? एक सेल से बना है root here या ज़्यादा सेल से? It is unicellular. Explain what would happen to the root here if some fertilizer is added. It will shrink. The plasmolysis will occur there. Name the process responsible for the entry of water from cell A1 to A2. You can see here A1, right? And then you have A2. So which process is helping it? Due to which process? Osmosis is there. Which pressure is responsible for this movement? That is now root pressure. And how is this pressure set up? You have to explain root pressure here. Okay. Question number 7. Study the experimental setup and figure and then answer the question that follows. So look at this figure. U-shaped tube is there. From center it is divided by semi-permeable membrane. Inside A, sucrose molecule. Sucrose solution is there, 10%. In B, 5%. Now you can see 10% sucrose solution is hypertonic and 5% is hypotonic. Now your answer will be related to hypo and hypertonic. Okay. So what is going to happen? Obviously water will start moving from its higher concentration to lower concentration. Phenomena, osmosis, give definition. Then give definition of semi-permeable membrane. What will you observe in the setup after about half an hour? What will happen? Water molecule will start moving and almost a state of equilibrium will be there. Alright. Now move to last question. So look here. A candidate in order to study the process of osmosis has taken 3 potato cube. Again this is related to question number 5. Right. So 3 different beaker in different solutions. That person has taken 3 potato cubes after 24 hours. First beaker, potato cube increased in size. In second, it decreased in size. In third, no change. That means you can say, if it increases, solution is hypotonic. If it decreases, solution is hypertonic. If it remains same, solution is isotonic. Give the term, technical term of the solution. So I have already answered. In beaker 3, size of potato cube remains same. You have to explain. You have to give definition of isotonic and answer will be explained well. Write specific feature of cell sap of root here which help in absorption of water. It is highly concentrated, okay, as compared to the surrounding water. Then give definition of osmosis. How does a cell wall and cell membrane differ in permeability? Now you have to give the definition of both, right? Cell membrane is semi-permeable, cell wall is permeable. That means cell wall doesn't prevent the movement of any molecule, but semi-permeable, it prevents the movement of solute molecules. Alright. So with this discussion of complete exercise and question answers of chapter 4 has done. Still if you have any doubt you can ask the teacher. Alright.